guys, so I'm going to film a MAC starter kit just because I think there's a lot out there and they're really popular, but I think that everyone's opinion differs and everyone's opinion matters. One basic necessity might be something more of a luxury to someone else. So I'm going to show you what my necessities are. Things once I run out of, I will run to MAC and repurchase them because these things I have to have. Brushes I will skip out on. I don't buy MAC brushes, I don't care to buy MAC brushes. I would love to receive them, but I personally won't spend my money on them. I think they're a little bit too expensive, and I trust Sigma brushes, so I buy Sigma brushes over anything. So I'm going to skip over that. The first thing that I think you need to get from MAC is a foundation. The foundation that I use is the MAC Face and Body Foundation. And this is an N2, but I believe it's the wrong shade for me. I think I'm a C2, but this still works fine. You can't even tell I'm wearing it right now. But you can't tell that it doesn't really matches my skin, but anyway. MAC Face and Body Foundation is really great for people with dry skin or normal skin. If you have oily skin, I don't recommend it because it's water-based, so it can give you that dewy appearance, and I know for oily skin people, that's not the look you want to go for. But I know they have other great foundations that are good for oily skin, so I would check that out. But I think they have a great range of foundations, and they're not too expensive. This is the most expensive one, but you do get 4 times as much product than the other foundations, so I definitely think it's worth your money. So if you have dry to normal skin, this is a good foundation for you. The next thing that I probably will never live without is a Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. And this is in light medium. And this is just a perfect setting powder. You can use it as a little bit extra coverage if you use it with a kabuki brush, but overall this powder is great. It doesn't leave a too powdery look. It kind of looks a lot more natural than other powders that I've used, especially with this together. It's a match made in heaven because these two give such a flawless, dewy, not so much dewy, but a flawless finish that doesn't look powdery or like you have makeup on at all. The next one, I believe that MAC has one of the best ranges of concealers. The color range is great. The product itself is really high quality and it's not too expensive. I definitely recommend investing in some MAC concealers. I have tried other concealers from drugstores, from Coastal Scents. Nothing has topped my MAC concealers yet. And I think that you need to, depending on your skin type. Again, if you have oily skin, I don't recommend one of them. But this one is the Studio Finish Concealer. And I am an NC20. This is just a perfect concealer for all over the face. It's really great to use on big patches as well as redness to disguise any of that. And I recommend using an NC shade on your face and an NW shade under your eyes. If you find that concealer doesn't crease under your eyes too much, you can use this under your eyes. I wouldn't recommend it. I prefer to use the Select Moisture Concealer. And this concealer is just really great. This is an NW15, but basically it's just a doe foot applicator. You dot a few dots on. I like to use a 224 brush to blend it out. But overall, great under eye concealer. It doesn't crease for me. I don't prime or reset it. I just put it on after I put on my foundation, and it works flawlessly. I mean, it covers everything I need it to. It's pretty sheer coverage though. If you're looking for fuller coverage, if you have bigger bags or bluish circles, you don't want to use this one. It won't really work too much for you. I recommend using a corrector for that. But the MAC Studio Moisture Concealer for under the eyes is a good concealer to invest in. This one is blush, and this one is personal. I recommend getting something that goes really nicely with your skin tone. For me, it's Melba Blush. And it always comes up pretty pink on camera, but it is not. It's more of a tan color. You can see there. It's more of a tan, and it looks better on my skin than a lot of pinker, blue tone blushes, if you know what I mean by that. This is more of a warm tone. It is a matte shade. I really like the matte shades if you're going for a more natural look. I also like the sheer tone shimmers for the summertime, but again, blush is up to you. I recommend getting a blush because they have some of the best blushes, I think. Cream blushes and powder blushes alike. They're all really fantastic, so you have to pick up a blush. The next thing I bet you could definitely see coming is a paint pot. And paint pots are my favorite thing that MAC sells pretty much. My favorite of all time is Rubenesque. And this is a beautiful bronze color. I recommend it. Any skin tone, this is a great paint pot. And you use this as a base under your eyeshadow. You can use it by itself on its own and it works just as beautifully. So it really helps to keep your eyeshadow from creasing, and it really does work like magic. These are great products. What I recommend getting from MAC is a lipstick or two, since they're not that expensive. They do have really, really nice lipsticks. I prefer the cream sheens and the glazes, but everyone's different. It's really up to you. I recommend getting a nude color, and this is just Creme de Nude from MAC. And this is a pretty neutral nude. It works on every skin tone that I've seen, so it's a great nude. It's pretty creamy too. It's a cream sheen, so it's going to go on pretty nicely. It's not going to look too chalky. I have it on right now. The other thing I would recommend getting is a fun lipstick. This for me is the perfect fun lipstick. This is in Ravishing, and it's a perfect coral red color, but it's really, really wearable because it's also a cream sheen. Like I said, those are my favorites, that and glazes. But it goes on really sheer. I mean, it is buildable like any cream sheen is, but it does work really well. You can pair any lip gloss over this. You can also pair any lip gloss over Creme de Nude. Both work really well with anything you probably already own. So, especially things from the drugstore. I love drugstore lip glosses. They make fantastic ones. So I'm not going to say you need one from MAC. They are pretty expensive. The Dazzle glasses and everything are expensive, so I'm not going to really recommend it. Plus, I'm not big on glosses myself, so this is just things that I will repurchase later. But their lipsticks are really great, and I really recommend investing in one as well. No starter kit would be complete without our top favorite eyeshadows, and these are my top 5 that I would choose. Ones that I just find are so multifaceted and versatile that I would always repurchase these ones because they are literally the best eyeshadows out there. And MAC is mainly known for their lipsticks, but I think they're pretty well known for their eyeshadows as well. They're always pigmented. They have so many different types of eyeshadows, from Volux Pearl to matte to frost to all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think my number 1 favorite eyeshadow would be All That Glitters. And that is what that looks like. And we've all seen this on YouTube. It's a great, great eyeshadow. The next one that's great as a highlight for my skin tone is Blanc type. And it's a more yellow eyeshadow, I would say, but it works great as a brow highlight for me. The next one is Gleam, and this one is just very, very pretty. It sort of reminds me of Honey Lush, but it's much different. And then also one of my favorite eyeshadows is Satin Taupe. And this one is just so beautiful under the eyes. I'm wearing it today under my eyes, and it's great over Black Paint Pot, which is what I have on today. And it gives any smoky eye really that extra finish, and it works so beautiful as a smoky eye. My last one is stuck in my palette because when I depotted it, the glue was still hot, and so it cemented it in there. So I will show it to you from my palette. It's this one here. And this is Nylon, and this one is just my favorite inner corner highlight. It's absolutely beautiful for an inner corner. I wear it every day on my inner corner. It just works really well with my skin. If you're not a yellow underbase, I wouldn't really recommend Nylon, but it does work really well if you're more of an olive, yellow undertone kind of person. That's all for my MAC starter kit, and I hope you guys like my advice that I have to give. I think these products are pretty solid things that MAC has, and fantastic products that I'll always repurchase, and so that's a good thing to say, that if I'm going to repurchase them, that means that I really truly love them. Talk to you guys later.